Hello, guys. Hopefully, you're having a good lunchtime, early evening, waiting for people to come in. Got some things to talk about with teachers. I'm going to bring some awareness out today. How y'all doing? Come and chat. Let me know how your day's going. Having a little bit of coffee and waiting for people to get in. Come on in. Let me know you're here today. This is one of my favorite songs to clean to. Hello, Weston. How are you? Hopefully, everybody's having a good day. Good, Weston. Good. Glad you're having a good day. All right, let's get started, guys. Hello, Crystal. How are you today? Okay, guys, we are going to start on a case that's been going on in Blount County that just popped up recently. It's about Joseph Michael Dalton. I'm just going to read the facts stated from the newspaper right now, or online. Sorry, it's from a news station, WBIR. And we're going to cover some of what the news media is hoping to change things around Tennessee. Hopefully. There's several cases, unfortunately. Hello, Tina Davis. How are you? Unfortunately, there's a lot of this going on, evidently, in Tennessee that I've seen recently. We're going to talk about Joseph Michael Dalton today. The things that I have seen so far are he has pleaded guilty to assaulting multiple elementary school students. He still has his teaching license at the present. He was a gym teacher. Says 5 times assault accusations in Blount County. But there was something that I ran across, actually screenshotted, and it looked like there was more than 5. But I'm going to go with 5 because that's what the news had said. 6 months of supervised probation. Y'all, I don't know about you, any of you guys that have kids, this just seems really crazy to me. Oh, you've done things to these kids. It may not be to the extent, I'm sure there's another side to things. And they're like, oh, well, he just done this and he just done that. I don't care. Why you got your hands on kids, period. Okay? My opinion only, because this is for speculation and entertainment purposes only. Okay? But these are my opinions, and you guys can voice your opinion in the chat also. Teaching license is active as of right now. License not set to expire until 2033. This has been going on for 20 years, you guys. The first incident evidently was 2005. His license is valid for teaching PE from kindergarten through 12th grade. I don't know about you guys, okay? But I do know if he's a PE teacher, In older grades, if I'm not mistaken, well, when I was in school, okay, you had to go change for PE class, right? So, I mean, nobody's talking about anything like that. I'm not insinuating that, but that's kind of weird, to me, a PE teacher. Anyways, WVLT reached out to State Education Department of Tennessee asking if this would affect his license. A representative of the department said records are up to date, but added disciplinary action is handled by the Tennessee Board of Education. Education board member states the Board of Educators review procedures for Dalton will start at the end of the legal proceedings. The final decision will only come from the board. The only preemptive action the board can take is by acting on a rule that allows for Dalton's license to be revoked automatically. That rule, though, only applies to crimes like sexual assault, arson, weapons, charges, and a few other simple assault. Dalton's conviction is not listed. Mullenhour told WVLT News that more info would be available next month at the earliest. Okay. So the other day, and I'm going to go over the different incidences, what he done, okay, again with you guys. But there were several things. First, I'm going to speak on this. Blount County DA calls for change after former gym teacher sentencing. I'm going to play this. This is coming from WVLT, okay? And I don't know how to get it up on the screen yet. I'm going to have to learn that, guys. But I'm going to play this from my phone so that you guys can hear it. You let me know if you can hear it.
For the ones who get it done,
well,
the most important
hang on, guys. Sorry. It's an ad. But it does say that Joseph Dalton is former Blount County gym teacher who was recently sentenced for several charges of assault against elementary school students. This was elementary school, by the way. And it was several schools from the time of 2005 to 2025. Okay. Hang on just a second. Okay, the ad's up.
Do have a new update into our newsroom this morning. Last night, the Blount County District Attorney's Office posted a statement in regards to Joseph Dalton. The former Blount County teacher pled guilty to 5 counts of assaulting students. Now, he won't serve jail time, just probation. In that statement, the DA says that in 2023, they received a complaint from a student regarding Dalton. The office then looked at surveillance video with help from investigators. Now, in the statement, the office said, while the teacher's conduct was concerning and inappropriate, it did not qualify as sexual battery or any other sexual offense under current Tennessee law. Now, it continues to say, I made the decision to charge this teacher with 5 counts of offensive touching assault. Now, the statement ends with, I understand people believe the sentence for these crimes is insufficient. I do not disagree. I would certainly support any effort by the legislature to amend the law to address scenarios wherein a person in a position of trust has inappropriate conduct with children in their care.
Okay, so guys, here's a DA wanting the laws changed. Wow. Based Batman, hello there. He's a serial. I don't know. Personally, I do not know the man. I do not think he is on the registry. But, I mean, 20 years of this, I think it's enough. I think it's time. And I'm going to go back and read more, guys. Sorry. I'm going to find it. But I think it's high time that they do something. Don't you guys think? I mean, we've got a community that's, he will escalate and do more harm. This is not okay. That's when I said we need to be proactive and stop it when it starts, What's going to happen next? I mean, you never know. The community, this was a post, really not sure from who, because I don't do names on here, but it was on Facebook. And it says the community anger, outrage, and disappointment in Judge Dugan over the Joseph Dalton sentencing is completely misplaced and ill-informed. Dalton was charged with Class B misdemeanors, charged by the DA's office, not Judge Dugan. Okay, that's someone saying that it wasn't the judge, so we're going to move on from there. Okay, the parents did have a protest this past weekend, and from my understanding, there's going to be another one this weekend. And it says a protest against a half-hearted wrist slap to, and they say the P word, PD, Joe Dalton. Additional information edit, possible meeting at 1 p.m. Blount County School Central Office on Grandview Drive Friday. From my understanding, they tried to have a meeting. I think they did have a meeting, and they didn't really come to any kind of conclusion. So courthouse would suggest instead, okay, yeah, they moved on. Let's see. So it's offensive touching. It says during questioning. Now, this is an old article, I think. No, this is recently. Now, this is kind of scary too. Listen to this, guys. I found this out. During questioning, Mike Dalton told White that Joseph Dalton had been living in the basement room of his parents' house for 16 years. He's unusual in a lot of ways, Mike Dalton said after being asked to describe his son. Oh, this is Mike Dalton, which is the father of Joseph Dalton, saying he's unusual in a lot of ways. Okay. He went on to talk about how Joseph Dalton helped around the house and spoke little about Dalton's involvement in their church, telling the defense that he helped with softball and basketball leagues by officiating. So this guy's all around kids. This amazes me. How do you hide all this for 20 years? Okay, this blows my mind. Regarding Joe Dalton, along with the DA's responsibility, don't forget the overwhelming guilt that lies with leadership of Blount County Schools. It makes no difference. This is a statement, I think, from a person that was on Facebook. This is my opinion only. I'm just reading statements right now. It makes no difference if they have been retired for a while or recently demoted. It does not appear that our district attorney is going to investigate or prosecute. It's going to be up to we, the people, to expose them and push for an outside investigation. Instead of removing this PED from access to our children, leadership of Blount County Schools simply moved him to a new school each time complaints were filed. They willfully allowed his list of victims to increase over a 20-year period. They must be held accountable for their crimes against children. It says, please share this post. Let's start a movement demanding justice for these innocent victims. Guys, I do not know what to say. It just blows me away. I'm going to do more digging into this. And also, I've been speaking with some of the protesters, and I've asked them, Batman, a person flashes a kid and they get put on a registry. This guy literally touches someone and gets nothing. The county is guilty as he is for not protecting our kids. I agree. I mean, hello, Tim Chat Cafe. Just came back on YouTube, saw you have a live going on. Woo, I finally made it to one of your lives. Congratulations. Come on in, girl. Or boy. Don't know. But anyways, I want to do a little more digging into this. Some of the protesters, I'm trying to reach out to them, and I told them they can be completely anonymous and, come on here, or parents, whatever, come on the panel and speak their opinion as long as we can can keep, as long as we can keep people's names except for the offender and what's stated in the news off of the platform, because I don't, I like doing things anonymously unless they have actually committed a crime, which this guy has. And I will call them out if they committed the crime, because these are our kids. If, the higher ups aren't going to protect and they're just going to cover up, in my opinion, who's going to stand for our kids? It has to be us. We have to take the reins and be like, we're not putting up with this. Our kids don't know what's going on, especially, elementary school kids. When something like this happens, they're confused. It can mess with them mentally, I think one of the things, I'm sorry, I'm not real prepared. I feel like I'm ill prepared for this, but one of the things that I read, let's see, there was like 5 counts. Let's see. I had it screenshotted somewhere where there was, I know Walland was one of the schools. Can somebody tell me where else? Okay, it says in the fall of 2024 was sentenced Wednesday afternoon. So he pled guilty in 2024 to this. He has 6 months of probation and granted a judicial diversion, meaning the charges can be dismissed once he completes probation. He will not serve any additional jail time. Okay, here it is. I'll go over it again. I read it in my first live. Dalton was arrested in January 2024 over allegations he touched elementary school students inappropriately on at least 5 different occasions. He resigned from the school district in September 2023 after an investigation into his actions began. Since his arrest, at least one woman, Gracie Jones, said she was a victim of Dalton's. Jones has spoken publicly about the case. His personal file with Blount County Schools shows a history of people complaining that he touched girls inappropriately. Friendsville Elementary also. Yes, I saw that too. Thank you for helping me. I wish I would have seen his arrest, a long time ago when it happened. I was little disappointed in the school system for letting it go on for that time. Jones told 10 News last fall. She said her family filed a complaint with the district against Dalton in 2005 when she was in kindergarten. Arrest reports show 5 different incidences of Dalton acting inappropriately toward children. It was caught on camera at Friendsville Elementary School and Wallen Elementary School, but one woman who told 10 News she was a victim said she was first touched by Dalton back in 2005. According to the arrest reports, the first incident tied to the criminal charges, okay, it's saying criminal charges. Okay, so we're just going to, even though it's a criminal charge, is what they're saying, okay? We're just going to slap him on the wrist saying, he was a bad boy. Okay, go on. It's okay. No, don't think so, guys. Don't think so. People need to get the repercussions of their actions, is my opinion, okay? She said her family filed a complaint with the district when she was in kindergarten in 2005. Arrest reports show 5 different incidences of Dalton acting inappropriately toward children. It was caught on camera at Friendsville Elementary School and Wallen Elementary School. But one woman who told 10 News she was a victim said she was first touched by Dalton back in 2005. Crystal, I have no clue, unless it may be because they are minors. The parents may not want them to testify. I'm really not sure. Really not sure about that, but it seems like, they would be able to if the parents consented to it. But imagine if it's a kindergartner, they don't know what to say either. I mean, this breaks my heart. I hope this helps to bring some awareness for this situation. If you guys know anybody that would like to, send me, let's say, I'll give you my email here in a minute. It may actually be on here. But if you want to send me like a video speaking about what the victim has went through, like if it's your child or, what have you, and you want to do that, then I can play it on my lives and get more attention also to help you guys. Okay. We have to say, in my opinion, and, allegedly, of course, until they go to court and be proven guilty. But of course, he's already pled guilty, so I don't see where that falls into play right now. Anyways, it says, according to the arrest reports, the first incidents tied to the criminal charges against Dalton happened between September and September 21st, 2003, where he accused of touching children inappropriately at Friendsville Elementary School. Deputies began reviewing video footage and said it showed Dalton hugging a third grade girl close to his face with both arms wrapped around her. True, Crystal, non-minors if it happened 20 years ago. Yes, I would love to be able to talk to any of those, to let them have a voice, maybe even if they have a YouTube account, pull them up on panel with me and let them speak on this, bless their hearts, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. Yes, it says that Dalton hugged a third grade girl on video footage close to his face with both arms wrapped around her. Second incident happened September 22nd, 2023 at Friendsville. Deputies said Dalton was in class and approached a student when he scooped her down to the ground and stood over her for a while. The report said the student followed him back into his office for a short time before she left with what appeared to be a piece of candy. There's a third incident where he reached under a little girl's arms with both hands in a tickling manner. Reached out a second time with one hand and made contact with the chest region. The next says, investigators spoke with the girl on September 29th, and she seemed upset. When asked, she said, Coach Dalton just gets really close to me, too close sometimes, and makes me feel uncomfortable. She also said that Dalton was her favorite person and that he just makes her feel uncomfortable at times. If you notice some of these teachers and things, from my opinion, they will get you to be their favorite student or what have you. I mean, we had it happen back years ago when I was in school. And it's wild, but it was a female teacher doing this, basically the same thing. I think it was worse. I think she got charges brought against her. But certain counties in Tennessee, it seems like some laws need to be changed. Been following Sebastian Rogers' case, and we've just been kind of, that's out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. And we've just been, trying to make it so, put pieces together to this. We've not had Ellie speak out about much of anything here recently. It's kind of, I think, a waiting game until either they have a lot of evidence and they're keeping quiet, in my opinion, or they just don't know what to do. I think, honestly, that, we need to move forward with it somehow, some way. I don't know what the state, Sebastian Rogers went missing in I think it was February 25th, 2024, from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He went to bed. They said that him and his mother went to Texas Roadhouse and came home. Supposedly, he took the garbage out. He came in the house, went to bed. She sent him to bed. Mind you, he's 15, but he is autistic, but he's on the high spectrum where he can do things for himself. And she said she sent him to bed at 9 o'clock. For whatever reason, she let him stay up a little later. I couldn't even imagine sending my 10-year-old to bed at 8 o'clock. Sorry, but I just couldn't. They'd lay in bed awake all night long, probably coming to the bed or coming in the living room and driving me insane. But anyways, said she heard a thud. She didn't even go check on him. All she did was say, "Bubba, you okay?" And that was it. And I think they said she said she fell asleep at 10 o'clock on the couch, was on the phone with the stepdaddy that was 3 hours away. And at 11 o'clock, he said, "Hey, wake up, put the dogs up, and go to bed." She did. She woke up the next morning early. I mean, there's been so many stories. Somebody said early. Actually, the stories have came from the mother. So she said early morning. She said 6 o'clock. I mean, the times have changed. But anyways, she said he wasn't in his bed. He just disappeared. And 10 Reb, yes, judges and DA should be investigated in Blount County over Dalton's slap on the hand punishment. I agree. Unless they're willing to change things, I mean, it seems odd to me, in my opinion, that he just got a slap on the wrist. But sometimes, it's a good old boys situation. But guys, I've got to go. My family is back. Thank you for joining my live stream. We're going to keep awareness for Sebastian, for the, the victims of the little slap on the hand punishment, with all this going on. And I thank you, and you guys have a good day. Thanks. Bye.